Hello everybody, welcome back. Twitch Nitro here, and today we have another map making, building, making of, whatever I've decided to call it, video. And I promised you two things: a mock-up of what we kind of want to see, and some prototyping of some redstones and some building. So we're going to get on. We're going to try and prototype the redstone for the start section, which will house our zombies and deploy them off into the track. And we're going to have a look at the whole sort of logic behind it a little bit more. So I've mocked up this track. This is sort of the villagers will be underneath. They could actually be further underneath if I have to build in redstone underneath the track. So we've got that 16 block boundary. I think it's measuring from their feet, not their head, which means that this doesn't count, but yeah. So we have that boundary. I've also mocked up some dispensers. The dispensers have speed potions ranging from speed 3 to speed, I believe, this is speed 8. 5, 6, or actually no, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it would appear. Yeah, goes to 8, and it starts on 3, I guess. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. The reason it starts on 3 is because that's sort of like the bare minimum a zombie needs to keep up with the rail track, or at least that's what I found. Because as you saw in the last one, when it was going at speed 2, the zombie was not really keeping up so well, and I want it to be over about this distance. This is about 40 blocks, I think, something like that. Let's put in the zombies. There was also another thing I found. Say we put him here. Oh, I have turned up my sound. Oh dear. Just doing some testing of some other stuff in my world. We put it here. Ah, it's inconsistent now. That's interesting. Still, we know how to sort these guys out. Yes, that's right. Just stay pegged onto your villager. Put you down. There we go. So we've got our little zombie racetrack people. Let's see. Let's give them the random effects. So the deployer is 1 block, well, actually 2 blocks above the head of the zombie, to not allow any of them to get the extra splash effects. So they should all now have different attributes. Now let's see if I can do this quickly. And they're off! Oh yes, that works really well. I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Zoom! Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And yeah, each of these effects are lasting a stupidly long time. 20 minutes each. So when it actually hits them, it affects them for about 3 to 4 minutes. Anyway, let's get on with the actual making. Let's get rid of these. Oh, actually no. Let's do that. There we go. Alright, where should we prototype the start? Right, so I need the start to do a couple of things. Firstly, it needs to be able to contain a zombie. No. Okay, this is just a prototype, so, you know. Let's do that. Right, so this should be able to contain a zombie, and I kind of... Actually, no, wait. I want it so perhaps a piston extends to the floor level, or just above the floor level. So this piston's down, so I actually want it like that. Right, so this will be the track, so to speak. Let's keep with a convention. I like to use sandstone for my pistons. And this will be up as default. Then obviously above that we have this, which is the deployer thing. And that has to be permanently powered, because this is how I'm going to do these, actually, using a 1.6 update. Ah, oh, that's so good. Good that we can do that. Yeah, if I power this, whenever this receives a redstone update, now I will have to turn it up. Let's turn the music off. Turn this up a little so you can hear. Whenever this receives a redstone update now, because it's powered, it will actually shoot out whatever in it, so put sticky piston in it. There we go. Well, that was a weird place to put a piston, but yeah. So if I... And that's sort of how I want to power it. So basically the power will be coming up through whatever means. There'll be like a thing down here or something. And this will be up. And what I want to happen, the logic behind it, is I want this to come down. No, that's not right. I want this first to spit out a potion on all of the zombies. Then I want the piston to come down. And then obviously I want the piston to come up. And when they get to the end of the track, they'll be killed. And to start a new game, mob spawners will be implemented to spawn the different coloured wooled heads of the zombies. Okay, so what are we going to need to get the start done? Well, let's start laying out some things here. Yeah, let's stay on this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then yeah, we want this inlaid in the ground. So actually, let's build this in the sky. Build it into the sky. Build it into the sky. So this is sort of what I do when I start thinking about it. I think about the basic logic first, like what I want it to do. Then I build sort of, you know, if I'm going to have to make it in tight corners, I have to replicate the tight cornered look and feel, so I can make sure that the redstone goes around the area I want. Now it's important that obviously, you know, form follows function, but I've always found it's much more appealing to make sure that when you're doing the function, you think about the form, because at the end of the day I want my maps to look cool and they won't look cool if they look ugly. I do not know why I'm doing that. I could be doing that so much differently. I appear to be suffering from some random frame drops. I don't know if you'll see that in the recording, but yeah, I may have... Again, quality. I'm just worrying about the quality. Right, so this will keep them in, actually. Let's go for a more aesthetic feel here. Let's get some of those fancy... See, cobblestone walls, you'd expect that to be a decorative block, because they've put fences in there, but they haven't put cobblestone walls. Why? Let's put this there. And then the block above is going to be where the piston, so the dispenser's kept. Oh yeah, so this is another good reason why I'm going to do it with this updating technique instead of just running the redstone directly to it. Because if I have this up here, and let's put these here. I got confused on what I was doing there. See, I'm actually building the form in before the function. I shouldn't really be doing it this much, but especially as I promised you guys redstone, so I want to show you redstone before the end of the time. Yeah, so if I power, my controller's like not working, or my keyboard is seemingly not working. Right, there. Okay, I'm just going to show you this bit, and then what I'll do is I think... Oh, that was lag. I think I'll go off camera, see what's causing that lag, fix it, and then I'll come back with some redstone. So all of these are powered, so they'll update when redstone updates nearby them. So if I place this redstone here, that updates. So I can sort of have wireless redstone, doesn't even need this block. And so whenever the state of this redstone changes, which means I can power it and I don't need people to see it. That could look really good. See, this is mainly what I do. I mainly build. I end up building. Yeah, if I put these here, and then that way I can have a sort of roof to it. I'm not sure how I'm going to stop the zombies escaping. I'm sure there's a nice, good-looking way I can do it. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think up some things, and then I'm going to show them off to you instead of building them directly. So we've got our basic logic, and actually we've got a pretty good-looking form. And I'm going to get back to you guys when I've messed around with some redstone. So what I'll probably do is I'll make a latch to turn this redstone on and off along here. And so when the redstone turns on, these will update, and it'll latch on. And then when it turns off, this will update too. So it'll latch on to update and latch off to update whenever you want to start a new thing. And this will have a delay to it. So this will fire, these will come down, then these will come back up. And this will only fire once, because the redstone will only update once. It will update to on, down, up, update to off, down, up. Yeah, okay. So I'll get back to you when I've made a little something. Wop, wop, wop. Okay then, so to finish off this episode, the redstone. Oh, also I've played around with this a little bit more. I've moved these into here, so I can have these colours forwards, and then I can have whatever roof I want. I'm thinking it's looking a bit too stony at the moment, so what I'll do is I'll try some woods maybe. Anyway, so this is sort of the different redstone pieces to fulfill the function of the starting line. So while that's the bones, this is the brains. So I have here a latch using the new repeater lock things. I have a fairly common used pulse shortener, and I have a new pulse lengthener which uses the latch, the repeater lock again, because I'm really liking this repeater lock stuff. Yeah, while it looks like a desert, this isn't actually the standard redstone ready flat map. I customized it a little, so it has a what's it called? A mushroom biome, because in mushroom biomes mobs can't spawn naturally, which will help the map, and the grass just looks alpha. It's lovely green grass. Looks like we're going to run over a little bit, because what I want to do is put these different things together. Now the latch, I'm just going to grab this cobweb. bedrock. Now the latch is obviously to power these. The pulse extender is used to keep these down for a longer period of time, because if it just went down and then back up, the zombies would never be able to get out. So it goes down, it waits, then it goes back up, which is exactly what I want. And I'll be putting a delay onto it as well, with just regular repeaters. Did I not show this one? Yeah. There we go. Particle effects didn't work there. So I'm basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build all of them onto a bedrock base, and then I can use MCEdit to just move over this sort of logic unit. So this is like my circuit board here. And I need a sticky piston. Oh no, wait, let's start with the input. So this will be the input, this will be one of the outputs, and this will be another output. One output has to go to the pistons, one output has to go to the dispensers. So let's start with a merry old input here, and shove a normal button on it, because wooden buttons act differently. Now, what's the first thing I want to do? Let's go with the pulse extender first. Pulse extendify. And then then that will go into this, and that can actually be used as our extended output. Problem solved. Then I want to put that there and have this as our mono stable. So this will shorten the pulse. And how will that go? I want that there, because I need to include that circuit, and this will monostable into this, and I'm going to have to change the timing of this because that won't work naturally. There we go. And then a repeater off of this, and that will go into our last output. So actually that works out pretty darn well. Output. And so what we should see is, now does that actually work with the thing? So let's do. Ah, yeah, redstone torch isn't going to turn off. Put a tick onto it. Alright, so that's off. That's still off. Let's add a tick to each. That didn't seem to do anything. Ah, okay. So that's not turning off fast enough now. Let's add another tick there. Ah, wonderful. Good. That's latching. Good, good, good. So what should happen is this will just update. So it will turn off and on every time. So let's say we wanted to start a zombie thing. So let's start the round. This turns on and then turns off. So if we invert it, stick a piston to the side, stick a block on the piston. This is what's stopping the zombie. When does that flash? Right, gonna need to work on the timing because I don't want that to flash. I want that to flash, then this to go. Yeah, let's not work on this for now. Let's actually extend that to full and see what happens. Totally not working the way I want it to right now. Well, I'm just gonna have to bug fix that. I'll bug fix that myself for next episode because this is really running over time. And I'll work out what type of wood I want. Jungle wood seems to get hated by everyone, so I kind of want to use it because, yeah, I think I will use jungle wood. I think the sort of the nice like cherry sort of color might bode quite well. If I use it with the right color scheme, I think that could look good. And I'll work out this for next episode. Maybe if I just change the positioning, have the pulse. Yeah, okay. Well, this has run over time. It's about 20 minutes long now. So if you've enjoyed this little episode and taster of redstoning and building and zombieing, feel free to leave a like. Helps me out. It's really cool. It's good to know that you guys are enjoying it. And I'll see you guys next time, where we will work on the scoreboard, maybe. Yeah, designing the scoreboard. Okay, see you next time. Bye.